What if I told you that my great-grandfather appeared twice in the 1940 census, had two wives, multiple court cases, a hidden biological surname, and left behind stories that his children never forgot? My great-grandfather, James Chapman, was not the kind of ancestor most families put on a pedestal. As a genealogist, I've learned that family history is not just about celebrating our ancestors. It's about telling the truth. The records and family stories paint a complicated picture. James struggled with alcohol. Family members remembered violence in the home. My grandfather recalled one terrifying incident when his mother, Essie, defended herself and her children with a shotgun. James reportedly fled through a bedroom window to escape. His other wife, Mary Chapman, also had stories of defending herself from abuse. According to family accounts passed down through her granddaughter, Roz, Mary once fought him off with a frying pan while hanging clothes outside. Another account comes from my great-granduncle, John Mark Chapman. He remembered his father coming to the house where Mary lived carrying a handgun. Mary only cracked the door and refused to let him inside. As a child, John Mark recalled being able to see the gun in his father's hand through the partially open door. The memory stayed with him for the rest of his life. Newspaper records reveal another troubling incident. In one article, Essie contacted police after James left with their infant son, Jimmy, and did not return for several days. According to the report, Essie became increasingly worried about the whereabouts and safety of her newborn child. Her concern was serious enough that she sought help from law enforcement in an effort to locate them. The family conflict appears to have extended beyond James's immediate household. In another newspaper report, Essie's nephews, Claude Jennings and Paul Buster Jennings, were accused of throwing rocks at James Chapman. According to the article, James sought police involvement and requests were made to put charges against the young men. While the newspaper does not explain their motives, the incident suggests that tensions between James and members of Essie's family had become serious enough to spill over into public view. Court records show James was ordered to provide financial support for his children from his marriage to Mary. Other records show legal disputes involving unpaid debts after he allegedly failed to pay for rented property. Family stories also describe periods when he was in and out of jail, with Mary sometimes helping secure his release. Then I discovered something even stranger. That 1940 census, James appears twice, living in two different households, one with Mary and another with Essie. Few genealogists ever encounter such a situation. Yet there he was, counted in two homes during the same census year. But the biggest surprise came from DNA. For generations, my grandpa believed the Chapman surname represented his paternal line. Why DNA testing of James Chapman's youngest living son, Turin Chapman, together with extensive autosomal DNA testing, told a different story. The biological paternal line was not Chapman at all. Instead, the evidence pointed toward a white family with the surname Helms out of Monroe County, North Carolina. The documentary evidence raises additional questions. On his Social Security application, James identified his parents as John Chapman and Eliza. Depending on the record, Eliza's maiden name either appears as King or Foster. His World War II draft registration reported that he was born in Ohio, while later Social Security records corrected his birthplace to Greenville, South Carolina. The deeper I searched, the more complex the story became. What began a search for an ancestor became an investigation into hidden identities, family secrets, domestic violence, alcoholism, court records, newspaper accounts, conflicting documents, and an unexpected biological family line. Genealogy does not always reveal heroes. Sometimes it reveals wounded people. Sometimes it reveals painful truths. And sometimes it shows how later generations overcame struggles that earlier generations could not. The story of James Chapman is not a story of perfection. It is a story of truth, and the truth deserves to be remembered. I'm Andre Chapman at Andre Chapman Genealogical Nuggets. If you need help and you need a deep dive investigation into your genealogical background, I'm here to help.